Greetings, brothers and sisters, family and friends. I am the Minister of Wellness, Nathaniel Jordan. Let's dive into part 11. Part 11 in our series on food addiction. If this is the first time you've heard my voice, please listen to me. Go back, watch G-Bombs, so you can learn all the details about eating to live. Then start with the first video on food addiction. You need to learn how you should be eating, then learn why it's so difficult to apply what you've learned. Knowledge is power. I do not have time to go through and answer questions that have been answered before. I did a separate video on oils. I clearly state no oils. I still have people asking me about oils. No salt. Still have people asking or debating me. And by the way, I have no interest in debating. This is not a debate channel. I lost 100 pounds in reverse heart disease eating a nutrient-dense plant-rich diet. And that's the diet style I teach. Almost every video, I'm giving you all a new testimony. Many of you all listening to the sound of my voice, you are experiencing the miraculous healing powers I have. So you know what I teach works. It might be much stricter than others, but I don't have time to play games or sugarcoat. I'm about saving your life. Okay, I give you perfection, and then it's our responsibility to strive towards perfection, no matter how many times we fail. It's a nutrient-dense, plant-rich diet based on whole foods. Oils is not food. Oils is not food. Watch that video. Essential oils are important. I don't mind if you're consuming a small amount for medicinal purpose. I don't mind that. Okay, but it's not food and ain't no oil. A lot of you all are overhyping the benefits of black seed oil. Black seed oil, as healthy as it may be, as beneficial as it may be when used correctly, make no mistake about it, you're kidding yourself if you believe that black seed oil is more medicinal than the whole black seed. There's no such thing as a processed oil that is healthier than the whole, especially when you're talking about food. But of course, it's not like you can, spread black seed all over your body. So that's where the oils come. So when they're used properly, they're excellent, but it's not food. That's all I'm saying. It's not food, not against their uses. I don't deny that when used properly, they can offer some great benefits. Definitely think that a lot of the benefits are overhyped. But the point is, it's not food. Same thing with salt. Someone posted and I had to delete the comment trying to argue with me about this salt, that. Listen, if you want to salt your food and keep your high blood pressure, go right ahead. And if you don't have high blood pressure, you eventually will, like all other Americans. You want a hemorrhagic stroke, you want stomach cancer, go ahead. No salt, no added sodium. There's no need to add sodium to your food. I covered that, and then also covered honey and so forth. It's just sugar. Honey is just as addicting as anything else, any other type of sugar. It might be a little better, but better doesn't mean healthy. Organic, non-GMO Frosted Flakes from Whole Foods is better than going around the corner and getting the regular Tony the Tiger Frosted Flakes. But it's still Frosted Flakes. One is better, much better even. It's much better to eat stuff without chemicals. That's very true, but it's not healthy. It's still not healthy. Okay. And it's still not going to help you reverse disease. Okay. So with that said, the reason why I went into all of that is watch the 12 part series on G-Bombs. Shouldn't have too many questions if you really pay attention to all 12 parts. And then I have all those other videos that I pumped out to cover most of the other questions people have about alcohol and so forth. And I will do one on coffee also. And I'll dedicate that to you, Brother Yohannikin. And then we move on to this. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. So in the last part, I talked about the conditioned CRAM, which is a survival instinct from thousands of years of experiencing times of feast versus times of famine. It was desirable during those times to eat as much calorically rich food as possible to prepare the body to survive what used to be a regular occurrence, famine. However, in our times, due to the power of modern transportation, the only reason we have population suffering from famine is due to the wicked, darkened hearts of greedy man. This is actually the first time in human history where more people are dying from food excess than starvation. Yeah, the sad is spread all over the earth. Heart attacks and stroke remain the number one and number two killers of human beings the world over. Did you all know that? As the world becomes more toxified, cancer is quickly approaching the throne. However, I don't believe cancer will ever approach heart attack because it still takes much longer for cancer to develop the strength it needs to kill. Whereas most children eating the satanic American diet already have significant plaque buildup in their arteries by age 10. Now, the CRAM circuit is very similar to the condition CRAM with an unfortunate twist that adds to the difficulty of our climb to the mountaintop of excellent health. You see, we are so wired to want to cram on rich foods that even when you're full from eating nutrient dense foods, if the opportunity presents itself, unless you've been doing it for years and years like me, you will cram. You will cram on junk food. And I'm talking about conventional junk food because I'm not beyond cramming on junk food. It's just would be vegan junk food in my case. So let me give you an example. Here's an example of the CRAM circuit at work. Let's say you plan to go over to a family or friend's house for a get together. Now, unless your family has just arrived from Asia, okay, the food gonna be the usual cancer causing American garbage. The disease meats from tortured animals, sweets loaded with 100 types of sugar, got your salty chips, your sodas, your alcoholic beverages loaded with the worst chemicals than the sweets, and so on. Okay, so you know this in advance. So to prepare yourself, you throw down on a huge salad, smoothie, and fresh fruit before you leave the house, thinking, okay, I'm good. I just stuffed myself. I'm good. You arrive at the get together and immediately you are hit with the delicious smell of death. Every single scent was designed by a food chemist. That's a nice way of saying sorcerer, to lure you in. All around you, your insane family and friends are pigging out with no regards for their health or the health of their children. And by the way, most of the children are already overweight, overdeveloped, and a few even have visible signs of mental illness. But that doesn't stop the food orgy. After a while, the smells and seeing everyone else participate in suicide by diet starts to weaken you. And after a few hours, you give in, and there goes that little voice in your head. Oh, I'll just get a little piece of barbecue chicken. I'll just get a little potato salad. Heck, that won't hurt. Besides, the minister of wellness admits he ain't perfect, so why do I have to be? I'll get right back on it Monday. Tomorrow's Monday. That right there, that's the CRAM circuit. That's the CRAM circuit. It's the conditioned CRAM constantly at work to get you to stuff yourself. So it's pretty much another thing that fuels cravings. I told you all of these components work together. Now, a tiny percentage of people will have the willpower very small percentage, I'll say less than 5%, do have the willpower to where, yeah, they can, just eat a tiny bit of fried chicken and a few spoons of potato salad, and that's it. But for most of us, oh no, that small plate gonna turn into a big old plate. And then you're gonna move on to the second, and then the third, and before you know it, you all know you binge. And what happens after you binge? We've all been there. What happens after a binge? You feel like crap. Mentally, physically, and spiritually, you feel defeated. Many of you all feel that right now. You're feeling that way right now. You ate all that salad. You've been listening to all of my videos. You even listened to my video on the way there. And yet you still binged. And I'm a living witness. A good binge can put on a good 5 to 10 pounds on you. Now, most of that might be water, but it'll inflate that scale. So now what? What do you do in that dark moment of failure? When after all that effort, you let all your family, friends, you're excited about your health journey. You came across my videos. You're on a war path against the sad. They all know that you're trying to be different than them. And you sat there and binged. And of course, they didn't do anything to stop you. Your support ended when many of you all support ends when you get out of the car and my video gets shut off. That's it. No, they only step in to stop you from eating right. Yes, sir. They only step in to get you back on the death train. They only step in to test you, to pick at you, to probe you, but not a word to your face, that is, when you fall off. I remember a cousin of mine told me when I first started years ago, he told me, he said, you'll be back with us. You just wait and see. Ain't that something? Now, I read one of you all's comments stating that the time for forgiveness is over. That's what one of you all said. What's my response? No. Don't you dare become embittered. Let me tell you something. Bitterness, unforgiveness, and hatred will destroy your health as much as the sad. Okay? How dare we not forgive when it is only by the grace of the Most High in Christ that we are fighting the good fight. We cannot be arrogant. We must forgive the food zombies who persecute us, especially when most of that persecution is going to come from family. Okay? We can't hate our family and friends. And somewhere I read we're supposed to love our enemies. I don't hold grudges. I do not hold grudges. And we can't live in isolation either. We can't. Some of us are much more outgoing than others. You have to forgive them, for they know not what they do. And we all can relate to being trapped in food addiction. Now, with that said, let's go back to our dark moment of failure. What do you do when the walls of defeat close in on you? You rise. You stumble to the mirror if you have to. You look yourself in the eye, and even if tears are running down your face, you declare, I choose to fight back. I choose to eat to live and not die. I choose to rise and not fall. And I know that the same power God has given others to achieve excellent health is in me. I can be healthy. I will be healthy. I must be healthy. You say that over and over until you're reinvigorated. You hold your head up, stand strong. Failure is necessary on your way to success. The harder the battle. Ah, yes, the sweeter the victory. So in conclusion, as I've stated repeatedly throughout this series, if you're going to be out of the home for a prolonged period of time, take a cooler packed with healthy food. This is one of the best tools in your arsenals against the SAD. This is one of your best tools. Don't be lazy. Ninth component. Because see, imagine in our scenario that not only had you eaten healthily before you left the house, not only had you been listening to one of my videos on the drive there, but you entered the gathering with a cooler packed with nutrient-dense, fresh fruits and vegetables. And then, what if you even brought over some healthy desserts? Now, not only do you have delicious alternatives to enjoy, but maybe, just maybe, one of your loved ones, because we never know which ones have greatness within them. Maybe they'll come over and ask you a question concerning the reason for the hope within you. Just maybe. And then now you can leave the gathering empowered that not only did you defeat all the components of food addiction, but you let your light shine and possibly planted some seeds of health in someone dear to your heart. And that's why I always say, one of my favorite sayings is that the pain of battling food addiction may endure for a night, but the joy of excellent health will come in the morning. It will come. I believe. And that's part 11. We got one more part left. One more part, brothers and sisters. But I ain't going to stop there. I'm going to keep pumping these videos out because I'm determined by the help of the Most High to lead you to victory in this area of your life. I'm honored to be your minister of wellness. And if this series and these videos have been a blessing to you, if you're able to, the ministerofwellness.com, I have several great products to where you could purchase, and that purchase is a donation that helps out Ministry of Wellness, Inc. All my books in stock, DVDs, high quality supplements to help you lower blood pressure, lower high blood pressure, anti-anxiety, anti-cancer. Have everything you need at the ministerofwellness.com. On my online store. If you would like to make a donation and you're not able to afford any of the products to donate that way, then my Cash App is the best way. $ Minister of Well. Thank you. I've been having a stream of those that have come in through my Cash App as a way to donate. That's $ Minister of Wealth. Thank you in advance for your support. The Superior Health Fair and Seminar, January the 4th. January is when everybody and their mama get excited about kicking off the so-called new year with their health and weight loss goals. And so this is the third straight year that I've hosted something during this time, because this is I have to do it because it's the opportune time when people, the masses, where there's a simmer of light in them to where they try just for a month. So I'm doing it once again. I have space for 15 holistic vendors. I'm looking for 2 food vendors. And January 4th, right here in St. Louis, Missouri, at the Polish Heritage Center in St. Louis, Missouri. If you've lost weight, if you've lost 50 or more pounds or reverse diseases, tickets will stay $15 for you throughout the entire. So that's you, Brother Nate, you, Brother Cleveland, and others. I need you all there, please, as much as possible, so we can inspire each other. So I can show the people we're expecting a max crowd of 500 people. We had 300 people last time, and I'm getting much started with promotion. So we'll definitely expect a sold out crowd. So don't wait. Early bird special. Go ahead and take the leap of faith and get your early bird ticket and settle in on your travel plans to K20weightloss.eventbrite.com. If you cannot make it, I get requests all the time about speaking here, there. And that's up to organizations in your area, churches in your area, to work together for smaller organizations and such, to prayerfully they could come together. You share with them my website, NATHANIELJordan.com, that contains all of my signature programs, everything that I teach, all the seminars that I offer, to empower people with the principles they need. So if you're interested or know an organization or work with a church or churches or colleges, universities, and you believe that if that they would be willing to partner with me so I could bring a seminar to your city or deliver a keynote speech at your next event, NATHANIELJordan.com. Final part left. It might take me a few days to do it because that one's going to be long. The final component of food addiction, the ego trap, hopelessness. That's where we really dig into the psychology of the food zombies. You absolutely don't want to miss that. Please share this video. There's other ways for you to support this work, this great work that the Most High has called me to do. There's many other ways to support outside of money. First of all, get healthy. Share with me your testimonial, your before and after picture. Share this video and spread the word as much as you can. And I thank you again in advance for your support. Don't want to miss the final component. It is going to wrap everything up. The final stage, the end game of all the components of food addiction is the ego trap. Have a blessed evening, and I hope you all live a long life in excellent health.